Hello, I am Priyanka here with next video on arrays. In today's video, I am going to show you how to take input from user to initialize an array, how to use for each loop, and how to pass an array to a method. So here we will start with the simple example. I will suggest you can try this example along with me. So now, first thing, as we have to define class. Here I have defined class ArrayDemo, define main method. Within that I have declared and instantiated an array. If you see here, I am declaring an array with the identifier myArray, which is of type int, that is integer, and with the help of new int I am giving size. That means my array will get initialized with the 5 elements, and by default value of initialization is 0 right now. Now next part, what we have to do, we have to take input from user. For this, if you see, I have written here import statement, which is importing java.util.scanner. So scanner is a class available in util package which contains a method used to take input from the user or used to take input from the files or any from the input source. So here we are using scanner class to take input from the user, and user going to provide input via keyboard. So first part is what you have to create an object of scanner class. If you see here on line number 10, I am showing scanner sc is equal to new scanner, in bracket I am passing system.in. So this system.in means standard input stream which will take input from the user. Next, to read whatever user has given the input, you have a function next int in scanner class. So you can take the input, read that input using function next int, and you can store in respective identifier. Now in our case, we have to store respective value into arrays indices. So here we have to give my array at which position. So to show this position or to indicate this position, we need to use some repetition control statement. So here I am using for loop, where for how much time you want to rotate this. So I want to rotate till user is giving the input. So I is less than array has variable length, which shows you the length of an array, and then increment your control element. Save your program. Now you can see we are ready to take input from the user, right? If you want, you can write here enter elements for an array. So this message will be displayed on the output screen. Let's check whether it is working or not. It's always good practice to test and compile your program in between, so it is easy to resolve the errors if you have any. Okay, so this is executing, or this is compiled properly. We will check whether it is taking output or not. For compilation, you have to use JavaC compiler, source code name along with extension, and then for interpretation you have to use interpreter Java, and you have to provide only main class. Main class means a class which contains main method. So here it is taking the value. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm executing some another program. JavaC, our program name is array demo dot java. Let's check. Oh my god, it's having an error. Okay, no issues. We will start. Okay, if you see here, I have by mistakenly I have written this class keyword in capital, so I have to make changes over here. It should be small. Scanner. Here semicolon is remained. That's why every time we should check or compile program while. Right now it is working properly. Now we will check whether it is taking input or not. That's good. So it is working properly. Now we will start. What we want to do now, we have taken the input from the user. Now we want to display the elements available in an array. So for this, what we can do, we can use for each loop. This is one type of for loop used specially for accessing element from the array or from the list and so on. So here the basic concept is what you are going to use a variable. Second, you will give a colon and you are going to provide only name of your array. So whenever this for loop executes, what it does, it takes index by index value from an array and assign it to variable, whichever control variable you have declared. Right now I have declared I as a control variable. So it will start from 0th index value to n-1, means a last element of an array, and it will give into, it will assign it into the integer I variable. So here you can write array elements are and provide here I. So one by one it will show the elements. Now if you want to display position of an elements, then what you can do, array element at position or firstly we will check this one. You can see you are getting the elements over here. Now next part is how this is cover how to use for each loop. I hope you must have got what is exactly use of this for each loop. Instead of initializing, controlling variable and increment or decrement your control variable, you can directly use for each loop. The main concept is you have to declare a variable which will store a one by one value from a given array. There is no requirement of incrementing or decrementing array. It will go on incrementing till it reaches to last element of an array. This is what the use of for each loop in an array. Now third point is how to pass an array to a method. Let's assume we will add up one thing that I want to have method which returns sum of the elements present in or elements in an array. So expected output from this method is what? The method which is defined to sum up or add a total elements available in an array. So here if you see, let's say I am declaring one method with return type integer. I am giving add element function. Now here it will require an array. So instead of passing one by one values, you can pass that particular array. So which type of array you are going to pass? Let's say I am giving AR. So it indicates that this method is taking parameter in the form of an array, and that too the array should be integer array. Then you can start with the definition of a method. So here to store sum, you required a variable. So now I have defined here sum variable inside add element, so it is of type local variable. Now here what you have to do, as you have to add up all the elements, what you can do, for I colon, our array name is AR. Here you can go sum plus is equal to I. What it means, I am defining some variable which stores 0 value, or it is initialized with 0. After that what you have to do, you have to add all the elements available in array. So assume that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 1 plus 2, 2 plus 3, 3 plus 4, 4 plus 5. So here I have to access each and every indices one by one. So that's why I am using this for each loop. So that array's first element is 1, that will on first loop execution I will hold value 1. So here I will be 1. So sum plus equal to I, this plus equal to is compound operator, plus equal to is compound operator, which is same as sum is equal to sum plus I. This is how it will going to work. Now once it is done, we have to return sum, because we are mentioning return type as an integer. So sum will be returned. This is how you can pass an array to a method. First thing, I have defined here and defined a method which takes argument as an array. Now this is a side of method. Whenever this method is getting called, how array is passed to that particular method. So here first thing, whenever you have defined a simple method, you have to access this method using object of a class. So here I am creating object of a class, new, that's it. After that you just call this function add element. Now how to pass? You have to pass only name of an array, my array. You don't need to give brackets and all things. That's it. Fine. Now here if you see, it is going to return you sum of the array elements. So either you store that value, return value, into a variable, or you can directly display as system dot out dot sum of the elements are. Close the bracket, save your program, Now let's check for whether there is any error or what. Compile it again. Okay, you are getting one error. If you see, error is at 24 line and semicolon is expected. We will go on a 24 line. Yes, we are missing semicolon over here. Let's again compile. Good. So let's have 1, 2. So it is showing array element 1, 2, 44, 3, 5 and it is giving you sum of the elements are 55. So is it clear? Is it showing you proper? 5 plus 3, 8, 2, 10, 54 plus 1, 55. So it is showing you a proper output. Okay, so I hope you must have understood these three concepts: taking input from the user, uses of for each loop, and passing an array to a method. So here, try this program, see whether you are getting output properly or not. If you have any doubt, you can mention in the comment.